In this video, we are going to add a MID under a general account. Maybe that's used for regional or decision manager use. And we're just going to add it with TMS, but the point of the video here is to show how to take a transacting MID out of a default vault, create a new vault, and put that transacting MID into that new vault. Okay, so here we have an account called regional or DM use. I will add a merchant. Here I will add to an existing account, and I will use my regional or DM use account and go next and skip. Now, because I'm going to, this is a generic account, not one used by the merchant, we are going to have to ensure that we change the name of the transacting MID, right? So maybe this is Keith's Coffee, and this would be Keith's Coffee, and I'll just put some numbers behind it. And you'll probably also want to ensure that you change the address information, because it's going to carry down the information from the account. Typically, the merchant account belongs to the merchant, but in some of these cases here, it would belong to the partner or the portfolio for the DM or tokenization purposes. So here I've created the MID, and again, just in this purpose, I'm going to add tokenization. No need to edit. I'm going to take the default profile. And what typically happens is tokenization is added on, and the transacting MID automatically goes into the vault, which is created under this account. So let's go look in tokenization for that vault. So I will look, there's the account, and that shows that the vault was automatically created. So again, if this was a regular merchant who was leveraging the account, there'd be nothing left to do. But because you have a generic account used for either decision manager or regional purposes, you're going to want to take this merchant out of the account. So the first thing I need to do is go in here and go into the allocated. You can see that there's Keith's Coffee that we just added in. I'm going to select that and tick remove and then continue. So, and I'll click submit, right? So now if I look at access settings, you'll see that Keith's Coffee is not in a vault now. It's available, right? So I'll go to vault settings, vault management, and now I'm going to create a new vault, right? So I'll call this Keith Coffee Vault, and I'll do the same for the description. And in terms of settings, our goal here is to not talk about settings, but I'll just choose card and all three of the instruments, and I'll tick save. So now my vault is in draft. I have to go back in the vault settings and enable the vault. That will publish the vault, right? And now I have to go MID access. And then there you can see that Keith's Coffee is available. I can tick him. I need to make sure I go manage permissions to make sure I'm okay with the permissions. Assuming I'm okay with the permissions, I'll click save and submit. Now we'll go back to the vaults, and there is the Keith's Coffee vault. And if I go in access settings, allocated, and then there is Keith's Coffee. Now let's add a second MID under this account, right? So let's again search. So now we can see there's the regional DM use, and then this is Keith's Coffee. And let's go add another merchant. And again, every merchant you add in this case is probably going to go under your regional or DM use account, right? So I'm going to go next and skip and then start. And then again, because again we assume that that account belongs to the merchant, we're probably going to change the transacting org name. So maybe this is Brian's Bikes. And then we'll make that the transacting MID name. I'm just going to get rid of my space and put a couple numbers after that, just because in case I've used it before. And then I'll go in here and I'll change my address again, 123 Summer Street, but all this information might need to be updated. And I'll tick apply. And then again, I'll do, because our goal here is just to mostly talk about token management service, I'll add TMS and tick save. And then, so again, tokenization would be automatically enabled. That Brian's bikes will, if we go back to Vault Management New, will automatically have gone into that default vault. And here we're going to search for the account. And I found the regional DM use again. And there's the default TMS template that I expect Brian's bikes to be in. So I'm going to go Access Settings. I'll go Allocated. And there again is Brian's bikes. So I'm going to tick him. I'm going to click Remove. I'm going to affirm that. And then Submit. So now again, if we go, now we want to again create a new vault. We'll call this Brian's Bikes. And Brian's Bikes again. And then again, we'll say this is card and customers. And I'll click Save. And it's draft, so let's go back into the vault settings. And then enable the vault. And then we'll go mid-access, and Brian's Bikes, yes, there he is available. So let's tick that. Manage the permissions. And click Save, and then Submit. And then now we have boarded 2 merchants under the generic account, each now with their own vaults. If I go back in Brian's, there's nothing available because he is allocated, right? So let's go back to Vault Management. Now, the next thing we need to do is turn on network tokenization, if it is a network tokenization merchant, right? So ticking on network tokenization, ticking on the on option, and then you determine your merchant name. So again, it's taking from the account, so you may want to update this. So this is Keith Coffee, and then putting Keith's Coffee information over here. And the country code and the city. And then the identifier type, because it's US, I'm probably going to use EIN. And then transacting a identifier value. And then we'll just go ahead and tick and enroll in Visa Token Services. And then once that is enrolled, I can go back in the network tokenization and say on for MasterCard as well. I'll change the name again to Keith Coffee and enroll in MasterCard as well. And from there, my network tokenization is on.